Good morning. It's a quiet one here this morning as we wait for that sunrise to show itself on that eastern horizon. There are some places with some clouds, other spots where we're going to start off on a nice quiet clear note today, and some fog in some instances that may be trying to form here this morning. So starting off our day on a quiet note, no storms to talk about, which is a good thing. Here's a look at our temperatures. We're into the 50s and 60s. We're at 53 degrees in Baudette. That's our cool spot, and 64 is our warm spot in Detroit Lakes. It's 61 in Fargo and 60 currently in the Grand Forks area. So a pleasant start to our day. Our wind speeds are quite light. We're talking about calm reports coming in from a lot of spots. We do have wind. It is coming in out of the west, and it's very light here this morning. Our visibility starting to drop. We mentioned this earlier that it might do that. And we're now at 1.25 miles in Thief River Falls and 3 miles in Fosston. So hopefully we don't see it drop much more from there, but this is a sign that we might have some dense fog in and around the valley. And at 1.25 miles, we are starting to get a little more dense for places, that Thief River Falls area and places around there. Now here's a look at your radar and satellite map. Nothing really to show you here. It's pretty quiet out there, expanding the view. More of the same. We've got the Dakotas and Minnesota on the quiet side this morning, but that does change as we head into the later part of the day today. Yesterday we had storms in the morning, then a beautiful afternoon. Today, a beautiful morning, and then storms for later in the day. So it should end up being pretty nice as you're getting ready to hit the road this morning. Temperatures will be on the rise by 9 o'clock. We're into the upper 60s to some low 70s. Heading into the noon hour, we're in that 70 to 80 degree range. So we warm up pretty quickly, another 10 degrees or so in a 3-hour stretch, and continuing that rising on temperatures as we head into the afternoon. That will help to fuel some thunderstorms coming up this afternoon and evening. So by around 5 o'clock, typically our warmest time of day in the valley at this time of year, we're looking at temperatures ranging from the low 80s perhaps to the upper 80s depending on where you are. And that's when those storms start to develop. Northern Valley over to the west is where it will be most likely first as the front starts to move through, and that will help to continue to trigger that chance for some rain and thunder as we head into tonight. This is 10 o'clock tonight. You could see those storms ongoing at that point, and then continuing into the overnight hours, those storms could carry on. So it could be one of those nights where it's stormy during the overnight hours for you and not necessarily during the daytime. This is 6 a.m. tomorrow, looking quieter at that point, and we'll start to have some cooler air taking over for the day tomorrow too. So your severe thunderstorm risk today, well, it's not a high one, but still it's there. We'll have those storms moving in later on this evening and tonight, and we'll have that chance for maybe a couple of them becoming marginally severe. And what that means is that we'll see them be briefly flaring up to severe levels, perhaps some hail, some wind gusts with them. And it's not going to be widespread severe. So just a few of these becoming severe in the valley in the dark green area. And then there is a little bit ramped up risk, a slight risk in yellow there to the south and west. So tomorrow, a much quieter day, a cooler day too. Expect to have temperatures into the upper 60s to some low 70s at noon. Heading into the afternoon, you could see not a whole lot of temperature rise. We'll end up into the 70s in most areas, I think, and some quiet conditions for your Wednesday. Our photo today, this was from yesterday's morning storms. You can see this is in Otter Tail County, north of Otter Tail Lake. Andrew took this photo of what looks to be a shelf cloud moving through that area, and they did get some hail in that region. One of our viewers passed that along yesterday. And then, of course, tonight, another opportunity at storms that continues into the early morning hours tomorrow, perhaps. Once that front clears, we're looking at some pretty cool weather, relatively speaking, for the rest of the week with temperatures into the 70s and still unsettled heading toward the weekend, Friday and into Saturday, a chance for some storms as well. So warm, but we'll have maybe not intense heat this week. And then on top of that, a couple of rounds of storms, a few days in there, though, where we just have some nice, beautiful sunny weather.
Great. Okay, thank you, Lisa. They're hoping to be more than just another clinic for women around the valley.
Coming up next, a look at how Becoming Balanced is treating mental health now to help challenges in the future.